Voice of Reason with Rachel Brinkmeyer. This is a variety show. We talk about different stuff. We're going to talk about Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow, Krissy.
Woohoo, that's tomorrow, ladies.
Yeah, yes, it is. So, okay, so a little story time. And Krissy's on a little bit of a lag because she lives out in the boondocks, and I guess they still use dial-up internet in the country. Apparently, she has to tell her son to
We're
get off the
actually, we
phone.
moved up a little. We moved.
Hold on, you moved where?
Yeah, we moved up a little bit. Instead of the dial-up, we moved up a little bit. Instead of the dial-up, they allowed us to have what they call this satellite out here. So I have a dish on my house in order to get service.
Nice. And it is sleeting.
Very nice. So
it is
new options
here
in day and age.
So I guess but
everything's covered with polyurethane outside right now.
That's right. So I went to my eyelashes had it. I figured it out last night. They were all they were ready for the bird's nest. And usually I just, birds use them to keep their little selves warm in the winter. So I don't mind throwing them out the window. So I went to Dollar General this morning and I got some eyelashes. I might have spent $40. I'm waiting for my husband to say, "Hey, what did you spend $40 on at Dollar General?" Says the man who, takes $300 out of the bank account at any time. So I spent it on new eyelashes that are full of life. I could probably get a good 15 wears out of them. And so I got some other cosmetic stuff and nothing that was a necessity, but everything that I absolutely needed. So, so Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow, and I did a little research looking at the best gifts to buy for your husband or boyfriend. So they have separate lists for male significant others and female significant others. So one of them is a date night bucket list. Okay, this thing is $18. Literally, it looks like those canned biscuits.
Ooh,
like one of those with a label on it, and it has popsicle sticks with date night ideas in it.
Get out of town.
Listen, I can make this for probably $5 or less. So they are really making a bunch out of this. So, but yeah, so as you can see, this is what it is. Date night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but see, seriously, I mean, you can get the popsicle sticks from Dollar Tree. So listen, I'm saying this is a good idea, but honestly, make it yourself. Don't spend $18 on this. What do you think?
No, definitely not. Because if people can't read and they look at that, my first glance was it was like some jock itch powder or some foot fungus sprinkle that you would put in a shoe. Maybe rethink the whole can and just, yeah.
But I mean,
you little entrepreneur.
I know. Well, listen, some guys, all right. So my husband, so he has really stinky feet. And his feet sweat a lot. And I don't know if he got gangrene in the military, but it sure smells like it sometimes. And when he takes his socks off at night, or when he comes home from work, they are literally stiff from the nastiness. So they go right into the washer and they smell like death. So, foot fungus cream might not be a bad idea. Yeah, exactly. So let's see the next one we have on our list. All right, so some of these are kind of cute.
We just got to help them men out.
Yeah, for sure. So we do have a 6-pack greeting card box, and this says, in his eyes, a 6-pack is the best Valentine's Day to receive. No, I forgot gift. I don't know how I read past that. Is the best Valentine's Day gift to receive. Sweeten it up by sticking 6 of his favorite cold ones in this heart-filled box, complete with a blank card for you to write a heartfelt message. Okay. So this is what it looks like. So here's my thought.
Oh.
So you can go to Kroger or Martin's, and I think you can like make your own 6-pack with like little local micro brews or something. All right. So this retails for $16. It's 34% off, which means it originally retailed at $24. Listen, this is what you do. You get some fancy dancy Valentine's wrapping paper. You get one of these 6-pack boxes, you wrap it up, and you shove a card in there. Get it from the dollar store, put some of his favorite beers in there. You're good to go. But I'm telling you, I mean, it's not a bad price. $16. You're probably going to spend that much if you get some nice beers. So, okay.
Yes, yes. And ultimately, I think, and some people, it's been a hard time financially for everybody, in a sense. Some people just don't have $16. That's a meal. That's the price of a meal for me to feed family for one night. I could make that happen. You If you really, really, really love your husband and your husband really, really loves you, you can pay my cell phone bill for Valentine's Day, and that is good enough. And if you ain't even got that, my thing
Mhm.
is you could take a piece of paper. I mean, you could take a crayon and you could write on there, I owe you, whether it be a nice massage. I'll run you a bath water. I'll do the dishes for one night. I'll make dinner for you for one night. Anything to help out your other person that you love, I think is mainly the whole point of Valentine's Day. And I know that Valentine's Day has become such a hallmark holiday. People kind of get lost, they get lost over the years and the meanings of things. In my house this month, of course, there's no man here. Wait, there is. My single brother has moved in. So, yeah, there is a man here. But beside the
Oh,
point, we have decided for the month of February, we're going to do acts of kindness, one every day, just whatever, small, big, Rachel. That's what we're going to do.
that's
And it's
awesome.
free. It's absolutely free.
Listen, I have not seen your brother, and I am wondering if he's hot or if he's not. And that's the question. Is Krissy's
He's
brother
extremely hot.
hot
He looks
or
just
not?
like me,
Well, then there we go. The
single,
male
hot,
version.
never been married, no kids. Yeah. Yeah,
He's a
like
he's a
six
catch.
one, just a hunk of dying meat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. That's kind of
He
weird to say about
definitely
your
is. And
brother,
guess what?
but
He doesn't have a girlfriend. And
well,
yeah,
I
somebody's got to
found
promote him.
I found myself a husband
We should
um
hook
ye-
him up.
with my husband. I'm just kidding.
No, no,
So,
no, no, no.
with the woman. Okay, listen.
He's
All
set
right,
for life with
let's
you, Rachel.
so, so let's start a maybe we could do a contest. We should do a contest on dating Krissy's brother.
Oh
So
my
the
gosh.
next
Yes.
okay, so listen. The next here's my idea. Okay, hear me out. So the next episode that we air, we will bring your brother on and he will then it's going to be kind of a series, right? So, win a date with Chris. What's your brother's name?
It's Billy.
Billy. Okay.
Billy
All right. So
Wise.
so win a date with Billy. So he talks about what he's looking for in a potential soulmate or whatever, right? I like long walks along the beach and eating fried chicken and drinking beer and watching football, whatever. Okay. So, and then he's like, I'm looking for a intelligent woman, um, with a great sense of humor. Sorry, Billy, I'm already taken. But yeah, so then
No.
we'll have a contest, and then women can, who's interested and they're attracted to them, they can then like submit applications, right? And then we pick like three of the top three, right? And then we can do like
Yes.
basically have like a dating thing. We'll bring all three of them on here, and Billy can ask contestant number one. They'll all have their screens off, right? What do you think? Like the dating
I
show.
think this is great.
Okay, I think you should run it by Billy and
Absolutely.
get his thoughts.
Absolutely.
We will do it. It's gonna happen. Y'all stay
No, we don't
tuned.
run. We're not going to run anything by him. He's just going to do whatever I tell him to do.
Exactly. That's right. Somebody's got to, you know, tell him what to do. Okay. So listen. I'm telling you that my husband, everybody, all right, listen. So there's this girl at work. Okay, we're not gonna name any names. And she's young. She's like 21 or 22 or whatever. Oh, I think she just turned 23. I don't know. She's young. And she has a new relationship with a boy. And he's an adult, but he is a boy. And
Thank God.
that's right. So so she's like has these little teeny tiny envelopes one day, and she's writing on them, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, what are you working on?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm writing 100 things that I love about my boyfriend, and I'm going to stick them in this jar." And I was like, I just laughed and I said, "Oh, 100 things. I'm not sure I can think of 100 things that I like about my husband, but that's a really cute idea." And so I did tell my married friends about this. I actually told my husband about this because why I can't think of 100 things that I love about him. I can't think of 100 things I do not like about him. 100 things he needs to change. So I'm not going to do that for Valentine's Day, but I thought that was a cute idea. Maybe, we're a little past that stage where we like each other all the time. So, but you know what I figured, Krissy? Listen. So, so they're like, "So what are you going to get for your husband for Valentine's Day?" Listen, ladies. I clean the house almost all the time by myself. I cook his dinners, I wash his clothes, and sometimes I even put those clothes away because sometimes he refuses, most times he refuses to do that on his own. Um, and I work a full-time and a part-time job to help pay bills. So I feel like that's gift enough, uh, that he doesn't need anything extra.
All year long.
Yeah, all year long. Yep, exactly. So, but I fully expect
You're a good
that he's
wife, Rachel.
oh, I appreciate that. I'm a nagging
You're a
wife.
very good wife. You're a very good wife, but you're good.
Oh, thank you. So,
You're welcome.
so let's see what else do we have on our little list. Oh, we have a, how do you say this? Shiatsu, Shih Tzu. No, it's definitely not Shih Tzu.
Yeah, Shih Tzu.
Shih Tzu
Is it?
back and neck.
Is
Stop saying that. We're gonna get we're gonna get in trouble. All right. Not the dog, like the back and neck massager. They're saying it says it's Shiatsu. So I'm thinking shiatsu. Maybe the A is silent and it's shih tzu. I don't know. Whatever it is. So this is retails for $59, $58.99. Usually goes for 100. It looks like it has heat with it. It looks pretty cool. And it has some like you know, it says has 3 different speeds to knead any tired, tight, or aching back and shoulder muscles. Now, this is really nice for you ladies who are constantly bugged about rubbing your husband's back, but maybe you're like, you know what? I'm not going to do it tonight. So then you just put this on his little shoulders and it does it itself. And it's like Hans is giving him a nice little massage. So then you can nickname it
You
Hans.
have a picture of it?
I do.
Hans. Oh, that's good. Or Carlos.
Carlos, yes.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
It is. I kind of want it for myself.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
I'm hoping I can find one at
Yeah.
Bin 5. Have you been to Bin 5 yet, Krissy?
No, where is that? It's not
It's
Five
in
Below,
Winch.
is it?
No, it's in Winchester. It's kind of new. And basically, everything is there's like bins all through the store, and you get like 20 minutes, 25 minutes or something to look through things in the bins, and it's all like Amazon. There's probably
Wow.
some wish returns in there. A lot of it is junk, but it's like going on a treasure hunt. And you get everything. Everything is $5. So you can get some really cool stuff or some stuff that doesn't work. But it's $5 per item on Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, I think it's 3. Tuesday it's $2, and then whatever's left over is $1 on Wednesday. And then they restock on Thursday and Friday.
Really?
So yeah, it's pretty cool. We've been a couple of
Wow.
times. Yeah. I mean, we did Patrick thought he scored with this like Nintendo with 620 games built in. Unfortunately, it was a knockoff built-in Nintendo thing and it didn't work. So that went into the garbage. But you know what? It was $5. Whatever. So um
Wow.
yeah. So it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
but that would still be fun to go and look. I haven't seen anything like that. It's kind of like the
Yes.
shopping, like a grocery store old show. You got a certain amount of time and you just go in and
Mhm.
grab. Um,
Yeah.
and like you said, if it didn't work, then I mean you're only out a couple bucks, but yeah, that's
Yep.
pretty neat. I like
It's
that.
pretty
And
cool.
besides, it saves the planet in a sense, you know. People throw away good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. We have found some good stuff there.
Awesome.
We
Awesome.
got like a nice floor lamp for $5. I got a set of really nice bowls, white bowls. They have a lot of cool stuff in there. I mean,
Okay.
we should do a field trip. You can't do video recording inside.
We can do a
So we'll
field
have to
trip.
like we could do a field trip. We'll have to like
Really?
we'll have to talk about it afterwards what we got. But yeah, it's always fun time. You stand in line, talk to random strangers about your life story, and then you go in. They give you a
Nice.
great big bag, and as much as you can fill in there. Yeah, it's fun. Fun. So let's see here. Moving on.
Wow. Yeah.
Moving on. Okay, so we have a
What
beer
about the
subscription.
Valentine's?
What?
What about, yeah, it's lagging for me really bad. What about,
Okay.
let's talk about the next topic, but let's also talk about, if we got time, let's talk about the Valentine's do's and don'ts.
Okay. So I did not look that up. So I don't have the information, but I guess we could come up with it out of our own brains. So let's see.
Yes.
Valentine. Okay, so listen, Krissy, if your man, I know you don't have a man right now, but if your man were to get you the worst gift, like what is the worst thing he can get you? What is what women think? Guys think that women want this stuff and they really don't. So what do you think?
Oh, probably the worst thing a guy could probably get a girl is probably nothing. That's probably the worst thing, is to do absolutely nothing. Um, my thing is, if you, whether you're a full blown relationship, whether you're single, and you have somebody you're either talking to or just dating nonstop, they should at least acknowledge, happy Valentine's Day. It didn't have to be food. It didn't have to be card. It could be simply that, I know today's Valentine's Day. I can't remember, Rachel, honestly, what I've done for Valentine's Day for the last 10 years. I can't remember going on a Valentine's Day at all. And the only one that I can actually remember is probably to my one and only, which is now my ex-husband. Our son is 23, getting married this year. Congratulations, Trevor. He was probably 5 when we went and rented a limo and went out. That's about the last date I can remember. So if you love somebody, the main thing is definitely do
Yeah.
Valentine's speech coming from your heart and just saying, hey, I love you today more than any other time, whatever. That's probably my most important thing. But just don't let that day or this weekend go by without telling
Right.
whoever you love that you really love them.
And I
That's
think,
important.
like, it's important that for those of us who hate Valentine's Day, like, I think it's like over commercialized and it's a materialistic holiday, whatever. But I'm down. You want to get me some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets and some waffle fries? I mean, like, honestly, like, some of us say, "Oh, I hate Valentine's Day. I don't want anything." But here's the thing, we really do. That's a test.
Yeah,
So,
it does matter.
it does. And even, even just, gosh, I think I'm not a savvy person. I'm not like super, but I do appreciate things. Now, I will tell you that my husband kind of got me it's kind of a Valentine's Day gift, but not really. So our vehicles have been they were both out of commission. And so one of them is we no longer have with us. The other one is in the ICU right now. But my husband actually had been saving for another vehicle. So he came home last night with a Saturn Relay. 2006 Saturn Relay. Now this thing is loaded. It's super nice. It's got like a navigation and Bluetooth. It's got butt warmers. Bomb. So that was awesome.
Nice.
I did
Nice.
tell him I wanted a
And
blender
that's
too.
Valentine's
So
gift.
yeah, for sure. And I'm getting a blender apparently too. you know. So, but I mean, I think
Very nice. Very nice.
and I think, we have to, as women or men, we have to speak up and tell our significant others what we want. We can't expect them to be mind readers, and I think, a lot of times we're like, oh, well, if he really knows me and he really loves me, he'll know what I want. Well, no, just tell him, like, seriously. Be like, hey, so I really been eyeing
Yeah,
that
there's no
that
point in
blender.
drop. Hmm.
Yeah. So no point in
Yeah, and
dropping hints.
there's no point in dropping hints or beating around the bush about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want something or you feel like you need something, be like, hey, Valentine's is Sunday, and I think maybe you should get me that box of chicken from KFC because that's like my favorite Sunday meal. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
just
sure.
speak up. I mean, they can't read your mind. It's not 50-50, Rachel. It's 100 and 100. It really is.
Yep. It really is. So one of the things for me is, listen, if you're gonna take somebody, if your gift to them is to take them out to dinner, do not take them where you want to go. Take them where either you both want to go or some
Right.
taste that's her favorite or his favorite. Like, listen, come on now. I mean, I'm all about mutual gifts. If I'm going to eat, you're going to eat, whatever. When you get a box of candy, we're going to share it. But geez, like, it would be so it's not, like if you just get something that's going to benefit you. Let's talk about Jason Collier for a second. Do you remember that? Did you see that guy on Facebook? He's like blowing up
Sure.
the internet right now. Have you seen him?
What's he doing?
Oh, so this is the
I
dude
think so.
that he has, apparently
I
he
try
has
not to
two
give too
different
much attention to.
wives. He has like 6 fiancés and like 16
No.
girlfriends. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's bad. They don't know about each other. And this one girl came out and like aired everything out. And so, yeah, so there's like Facebook pages dedicated to him. One of the things that he did for his fiancés is he bought them all coffee makers, right? Not because they like coffee, but because he liked coffee. Red flag, red flag. Seriously.
Perfect red flag.
Yeah.
Perfect red flag. No, we're going to have to talk about this, Jason Collier. As a matter of fact, I'm going to find out who he is when we get off of here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay. Well,
we
I
should have
don't,
another.
okay. We live, yeah, me and the kids kind of live in a bubble in a sense. We live, in the northern county of Fauquier County. And I don't have television. We have internet. We can, pull anything off the TVs. There's TVs in our rooms. But as far as being connected to it, like picking up the remote and turning, I don't have channels. I just don't
Yeah.
have internet TV service. Like I refuse to. In a sense, when my kids see a commercial about Dunkin' Donuts, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that place exists." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." I mean, no, I do take them Dunkin' Donuts. That's not what I'm saying, but they don't see that commercialized side of the
Yeah.
world. They don't see, they don't see the new toys that come in. They don't get to see the bombings that happen in another country. They don't get to, watch the news. They don't get any of that. And if I can keep them in that bubble and keep them away from all of that for whatever reason and for however long, because they are so little, they still think that the world is a wonderful place to live. They've got plenty of time to be an adult. I'm going to keep them that way for as long as I possibly can. And then they can watch the news and then they can watch commercials later. But yeah, it's for Jason, the guy from Facebook. He is another example of why I don't have TV. It's just, it's a lot. It's too much.
Well, but
Something's
I think
wrong, Rachel. We
he's
must
like
fix this.
on the internet. I don't know if he's made like TV news at this point, but he is all over the internet, much like Gorilla Glue Girl and also the lawyer who turned himself into, he had the cat filter on his I guess his Zoom meeting or something. I don't know. And he had that cat filter on. I mean, like this stuff is going viral. And I think it's good because, we all kind of need a break from the Rona. Tired of the Rona, tired of the Rona. Everybody's dying from the Rona, whatever. Not everybody's dying from the Rona, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's heavy stuff. People's mental health
Yes,
isn't
I
well.
do. I do.
So we find little things to get into. So Jason Collier was one of them. And he has a stupid face like Ashton Kutcher. Kutcher? Like I hate his face. Like I just want to. It's just like really
Yeah.
punchable. And yeah, I just want to go bam because he has a stupid face. I don't like his stupid face. Okay. Um. So.
You just want
But
to
yeah,
punch
we.
it like a balloon with a needle.
Yes. Yes, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. He's stupid face. He's not. I don't understand how he gets all these women. He's not even like that good looking. But you know what he is? He's a snake charmer. He can talk the talk and
Oh.
all this stuff. Yeah. I've known some of them.
Oh, yeah, Rachel, he thinks because he's got a little bit of confidence. It's funny how men were like, no, you just got to have a little bit of self-confidence. You just got to know how to
Yeah.
talk to them. You can get them women to
Game.
do anything with a little bit of self-confidence.
Yep. He's got the
Why don't
game.
you
I
do
don't
that
know.
becoming like, I don't know, owning your own business. Y'all want to put that much game into, manipulating the female. But if you would
Right.
put that kind of experience, want, and to making, a company thrive, girl, he'd be the best husband in the world.
Well, here's the thing, Krissy. This guy, okay, this Jason Collier dude, let me tell you something about him. He is the sheriff of a town. Okay, so he's a sheriff in Texas. Okay, and then he is also a minister at his church.
What kind of denomination? Like, what kind of church is this?
Oh yeah, he's probably like Southern Baptist or something. I don't know. They didn't go into all that, but he's in Texas, so I would assume something, I don't know. But it's
I must
weird.
admit,
Like,
Rachel, I must have missed the Southern. Yeah, they didn't teach us. Wait. Let me call my dad real quick. Let me ask him because I'm pretty sure I'm raised Southern Baptist, and I'm pretty sure our preacher did not cover this at all. Like, we completely
hey,
missed out where it was okay to behave this way as a man.
Whew. Well, he's obviously like he is not like whatever denomination he is, he's not, doing what he needs to be doing. But I just, come on, dude. I don't know. So anyway, I think you should look him up. I think there is a couple
God's
Facebook
love.
groups. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, I don't know what he's doing for Valentine's Day. I'm sure he's in the doghouse. He actually got arrested recently because he
making coffee.
No, so he got arrested because he basically did these false documents, presented these false marriage annulment documents to one of the fiancés to say that he was divorced or annulled or whatever it is, which was not true. So he got arrested for that. I don't know. So let's see. Let's keep going.
Polygamy.
Keep going. Keep going. Oh. Okay. So listen. What is some? Okay. So we talked about some don'ts. What do you think? Okay. Listen. All right. We talked about do. We talked about a lot of do's, like make sure you communicate effectively. I would say another don't is don't be starting any crap with your significant other. I did that last year. It didn't turn out good. We're still together, but I have to ruin every holiday. It's like a tradition. Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah,
sure.
I ruin every
We're
holiday.
our own crown of thorns, Rachel. And sometimes, yeah. Not tomorrow though.
I am the queen
because you got the new
Saturn
Saturn and you've got a blender.
Well, I haven't got the blender yet.
Me
and
too.
I have to get a vacuum because my vacuum is not doing what it needs to be doing. I don't know. Not sucking up the stuff. I don't like it. And my cat likes to eat paper because she's a weirdo.
Yeah.
So, but so what about, let me ask you this. So what about, how do you feel about getting someone like a scratch off lottery ticket? Okay, all right. Situation. What
Those
if,
are great. Those are great.
They are great. Now, let's say you were with a boyfriend. You weren't super serious, okay, at this point. He got you a scratch off lottery ticket. It was a winner for, let's say, $100,000. Let's say you hit the big prize, right? $100,000 winner on a scratch off ticket. Now, the question is, do you share the money or do you, be like, see ya?
Well, if I bought the ticket and gave it to him and he won, I'm going to feel some kind of way because first of all, I'm a woman and I feel like you're going to have, that's just that entitlement problem. And he's got to give me half of it. He's either got to take me on vacation. He's got to spend some money of me. And these are all these things that in my mind as a woman, I'm like, oh, okay. But honestly, the right part of my brain says, no, you gave him the ticket and he could walk out and never talk to you another day. And you can't be upset with that because that's honestly the right way. I mean, you can't expect for him to give you half of it. I mean, I'm just telling you that I want half of it, and how
Right.
I would feel about it. And of course, I'm going to sabotage. I'm going to have a tude. I'm going to stomp around and throw a tantrum like a 4-year-old because you didn't give me half of that $100,000. But I do also know in my own mind that he really is not owed to give me anything at all from that gift. And
Right.
I completely gave it to him.
Hmm.
And so that's the struggle. That's the struggle
Yeah. And I
for
think,
me
you know,
in my mind as a woman, because I know right. Hmm.
right. Well, I wonder how many small claims or small, I don't know if it's small claims, but how many of those cases went to court? Like, so and so gave so and so a gift, right? And they didn't
A
realize the
lot.
value of that gift. So the person they gave the gift to then makes money from it, whether it's scratching it off and winning a bunch of money, or maybe they sold an antique item and it went for a lot of money. And I wonder, I'm sure the judge is going to be like, well, that's a gift. And so a gift is a gift and they are not legally
Excuse
obligated.
me.
But
Hmm.
I'm
Hmm.
wondering, like, if I'm giving somebody, like, not my head, not my husband, but if my husband was a boyfriend and I gave him something and that happened to him, like, I'm wondering if I need to have him sign like a little document that's saying, like, if something really awesome were to happen from this, then we have to split it 50-50. Would that hold up in court? I don't know.
Maybe. I know, what is it like? Possession is like 9/10 of the law. I do know that, and I know that if you've left something at somebody's place for a certain amount of time, they do not have any obligation to have to give it back to you at all. Um,
Mhm.
I'd imagine a statement would hold up in a sense, especially if both of them have signed it, read it, acknowledged it. It was presented before the actual exchange of the item. Um,
Mhm.
and that's a legal binding agreement, no matter if it looks like a 5-year-old wrote or if it's typed up by the best lawyer in New York
Right.
City.
It
Um,
might be look like kind of like a prenup,
I
I
don't
guess.
know. Yeah.
So, I
Yes.
think,
Yes. Very much so.
and I think, so. There was a situation that came up actually on one of the local groups that I'm in, where somebody had, I guess, a tenant had left an iPad um in a property, and they claimed, well, they wanted it, and of course those Apple products like lock, so you have to, um she wanted to know if how to break into it so that she could use it. And people were on both sides of the fence, and some people
Sure.
were like, well, you should try to get it back to the owner, like those are expensive and stuff, and if she wanted you to have it, then she could give you the information needed to unlock the code. um and some people were like, no, like, that's, the tenant left it there, it's their property, blah. I mean, it becomes the landlord's property, blah blah blah. And I spoke up, and while I can kind of see both sides, I just said, honestly, you don't have to give it back to them, and you can find somebody to break it. But if you're looking to do the right thing is to try to locate the owner and say, hey, do you want this back?
Bingo.
Or, you know that's the right thing to do. But nobody wants to do the right thing anymore because everybody's for themselves, pretty much, each man for its own. So,
For its own. Yeah.
yeah.
I would have gave it
So,
back, especially being a business, and being in that particular business. If somebody comes and looks for that and you know that you have it and you know that it's theirs, and it's a tenant renter type relationship there, just give them back. I understand they may even owe some rent. I completely get it. But this is the thing, whether they did or not, if they come back to get it and you had it, and you just need to be a human being, and you just need to give them the
yeah,
tablet and
for
just be
sure.
done with it, and that way it just goes on. But
Right.
people aren't easy anymore, Rachel. There's nothing easy. Kindness is in high demand but short supply,
That is
unfortunately.
that is very true.
So,
That is the quote of
uh,
the day.
random acts of kindness.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
really like your idea about the random acts of kindness. I really like that. I would encourage, you know what? For the rest of the month, I will be doing a random act of kindness every day. That's my going to be my goal. And I think, here's the thing is a lot of times I see this on social media all the time. People will do a random act of kindness and then post it on social media, which then defeats the purpose of a random act of kindness
It
because it's
sure
not kind
does.
anymore. So I would encourage all our listeners and viewers, and I'm going to do this myself, to do something every day, something little, for someone, a stranger, a person and don't like post all about it on Facebook, saying, look at me, I'm so awesome, look what I did. Don't make a video
Mhm.
about it. Just do it, and do it because it's out of the kindness of your heart, not because you are looking for anything in return. So
Sure.
it's
And you know what? Do it in secret. Do it where the only gratification comes from you knowing and nobody else. And it can be very small. It can be, you can move walking down the aisle at the grocery store. You can move over and stop and let somebody come by because clearly you've seen that they were in a hurry. And guess what? They didn't even know that you opened that door at the store for them, whether they said thank you or not. Most time people don't. They just keep on walking by. You can
right.
do those things and not let somebody else's reaction make you feel some kind of like, listen, I open the door all the time. Nobody says thank you. But guess what? I forgot that the thank you coming from somebody else was even important to me because it wasn't even important anymore. It was simply that I knew that I'm opening the door and they can either walk in or out, they can speak or they can't, but it's still the fact that I continue to do something that makes me feel if I'm better, then somebody else will be better. Whether you speak about it, talk about it, just I don't know for yourself. I think I
Hmm.
do acts of kindness for myself. It just not that I need a purpose to live every single day when I wake up, but I just feel better myself. I don't know. Eventually, maybe I'll do something bigger that will actually have a cause and effect in somebody's life. That's just not small.
Well,
Um, but
here's the
yeah,
thing,
those
Krissy.
are good. And I hope that the viewers do that this today.
Yeah. So I mean, here's one of the things. And this is a hard time for a lot of people. It's depression season. We're in kind of a crappy year,
Yeah.
and we just got through with a crappy year. People,
Yes.
you don't know what somebody's going through. And so sometimes, like that random act of kindness can make the difference between whether they commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide and whether they decide to live. And if a
Yes.
smile is all what it takes, or hey, how's it going today? I make sure,
Yes.
when we're at the store, those grocery store workers, God bless their souls, because they are working through this. They have to deal with Karens all the time, and
Their
it's
souls.
exhausting. Yes, yes. So,
Yes.
I when I see them at the grocery store, and I go every week, I always make some stupid joke about, like, because we get milk every week. So, um, would you like your milk in a bag? And I'll say, no, can you keep it in a jug, please? and they, some of them chuckle or whatever. And my husband is so over that joke, but I tell it every week. But sometimes it's just good to say, especially if they're looking a little defeated, and just say, "Hey,
Yeah.
are you having a good day, or how are you doing today?" Because nobody ever asks them that. And they're, let's face it,
Nope.
they're not getting paid a lot, and they're taking a bunch of crap from, dumb people. And just,
Yeah.
I think just doing little things to make somebody's day better, a little bit better, and that's sometimes all it takes.
Yes,
Chrissy,
exactly.
so a couple
Yeah,
weeks ago,
exactly.
Chrissy, um, I organized at my agency to do a homeless outreach event. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of donations, and we set up, and I had some volunteers, and and we had a lot of people come through. But I think the most memorable part of the day, besides the guy who was like tangenting on whatever, was the most powerful thing was I had a couple individuals who really just needed to talk. I don't know what kind of state they were in. One was living on the streets, and his father recently passed away, and he had a friend that froze to death on the streets, and
Oh,
wasn't able to get into the shelter. So he was living on the streets. It's cold. Um, and then another lady who had just gotten out of a really bad um, abusive relationship, and was starting afresh, but she had just gotten out of the hospital, and she was just kind of still in crisis mode. And she was very kind of withdrawn at first and didn't want to talk. And I just put the offer out there, and I said, "Look, if you need to talk, like, we're here until 3 o'clock." And she was like, "Okay, thank you." And she kind of sat around for a little bit, and then she came up, and that was that door that opened, and it just came out. And that, I think that was really, really powerful. And I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what state she
wow.
was in. I don't know what state that other individual was in, but
Yeah.
I know that what we were doing was just kind of the surface stuff, like providing people with lunch, or some toiletries that they need. That's just like
Yes.
superficial stuff. But what they really needed was, they needed that someone to talk to. And so just doing like simple stuff. How are you doing? Smiling at somebody, offering to, buy a burger for them or something. I think sometimes that's what needs to happen to kind of open those doors, and for them to say, "Wow, somebody cares about me." So, yeah, I
Yeah.
totally
And
like
you
the
know what,
acts of
Rachel,
kindness.
anytime you want to do that, yeah. Anytime you want to do another event like that, I did
Mhm.
somewhat see you were doing some stuff and you were asking for donations, and I apologize I didn't get back and inquire or be nosy with what you were doing at that time. Anytime you want to do something like that again, you let me know. Like literally hit my phone number up, and we can do that. The blankets for the homeless right now is a huge thing.
Yep.
I got a distributor here in Fauquier County that does that as far as um, blankets that come in from donations. If we can't
Mhm.
give them away on like the thrift store shelves, and there's the outreach that they're giving away as well. They also supply transitional housing with the blankets and stuff that come in. But some of them come in and they're really bad looking. They're stained up or they have holes in them. So a
Yeah.
couple years ago, a lady that was volunteering some time, she was older, she had some more time on her hands, retired, and she was like, "Why don't we fix these? Why don't I take like yarn and patch these up?" And so she
Mhm.
started doing that, and it took her a while because she was older and slower. But the things that you would normally like throw away with the blanket, she
Mhm.
salvaged them. We bagged them up, and the nonprofit that we had volunteered for, took all these blankets, and it was massive amounts, like box after
Mhm.
box and bags after bags, and they mailed them all to New York. And they all went to people that was on the benches. They walked around and they passed them out.
Yep.
You can take just about anything that you think that's non-value here at this house, because somebody that doesn't have anything, okay, they will love it, and they can
Yep.
use that. I'll
Mhm.
be willing to donate whatever time, anything, if you want to do something like that again. I like
Yeah.
doing that back to school. The local health department will let us use their parking lot, back to school. You
Mhm.
They bring a whole bunch of clothes out on the trucks. They set them on the racks. Each parent can come by. One child can get like 5 bags worth of clothes. You've got new backpacks coming. You've got, socks. All those things is coming up, and I know that we're faced with COVID, and we're not sure how the school's going to go. But I'm telling you, these kids, they still need
Mhm.
new stuff or used stuff.
Yeah.
They need stuff that they don't have. They need books and they need pens. They need things, whether they're in a public school or not. They need socks still, because their feet's going to be needs to be covered. Either way, write me in and sign me up.
Yep.
And then on the back end, when we're, finished here, we'll get some stuff together and try to find something for a spring opening. I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
we'll figure out what the need is for the community, whether it's your
Right.
community, my community, and we'll just
Mhm.
put an event together. And if it's just sitting down and talking to somebody, yeah, like you said, because people really want to be heard, and sometimes they've been afraid, and the world's been awful to them, so they don't speak anymore. So just offering a kind face and a smile, um,
Yeah.
that being there in the presence of myself to offer for somebody else, just to, and hey, you know what, it mentally will help me, because I don't know everything, and I'm depressed sometimes too. And so when you think you have it bad, there's always somebody in the world that has it worse, and just speaking and just listening makes the biggest difference. I can't
Yes.
express that enough.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Totally. And one of the things I want to do,
Okay, good, we'll do
we
that.
were
Okay.
we were trying to do like a spring one as well, probably, at the end of April, early May or something when it warms up a bit, because I would love to have someone there who does a couple people there to do haircuts, to just do simple trims, a beard trim. I think that will, because what is a big
Good
self-confidence
idea.
boost but a haircut or a beard trim so you can look presentable? So I'm hoping to have some other services, and offer a couple more things. Um, you know, but yeah, so I will definitely let you know. We can organize it. It was a lot of
I've got
work to
several
organize it.
friends. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I've got the beautician and the barber. I've really, really good friends. She will definitely come, and he would probably definitely come too. So we can get that
Awesome.
covered. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I think we have
that'd be good.
a
That's a
couple
great idea.
people
I
here.
love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it, yeah. So I'm
Okay.
hoping we'll kind of see what happens with that. But yeah, so we got to close out, but
Yeah.
do we have any last final
Okay.
thoughts for our show today?
Final thoughts. No, but I have something that we can to be continued.
Mhm.
I bought my kid a drone with the whole goggles for Christmas.
Yeah.
And guess what? Because my life's crazy, and because uh, he said, Mom, if you don't get my drone up and fixed and flying, the kid hasn't been able to play with it. He got it for Christmas. It's awful. I'm an awful mother. He
Mhm.
said, I'm not coming home from school if you don't fix my drone. And he's right. He's gave me till February. He's that for a 7-year old, that's pretty patient. Like guess what? We can talk about this. I got that drone flying last night, and it
Yeah.
landed on the roof of the Glory Days restaurant in Gainesville. We're going to talk
Oh,
about that.
we should talk about that. Yeah. We'll have to, when we get off here, we need to like plan. I like this. This is easy, and we could do a weekly show. Hey, but hey, listen. So, maybe the next time we can do that story, can you bring your brother on so that we can
You got to
just
do
kind
him.
of interview
That
him?
segment. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
All
listen,
right.
if you can't say anything nice, make sure it's witty and sarcastic. Be kind to each other. That's kind of the opposite, isn't it? Be kind, be empathetic, and be human. So, this is the voice of reason with Rachel and Krissy. We are signing off. Until next time.
Bye. Till next
Bye.
time.